Good morning, guys. I have wild hair this morning because I've literally just been on a school run, so I've just literally dropped my little boy off at school and then I came home. I was supposed to have been doing a Titanic walk today due to Titanic's anniversary, but unfortunately I had to cancel because we had a really bad heavy downpour and I didn't want to be walking around with everyone. And it looks like it's going to start raining again anyway, so I've cancelled it for today, and hopefully we'll be able to rearrange for next year. So in today's video I thought to speak about kind of a very special path of mine. So before I go any further, I will say that if you are against people, if you're a strict recon and you are against people of doing their own thing or creating their own paths because it isn't through reliable sources, and if you're completely against it altogether, then this video is not for you. Just to get that out of the way first, just to give you a heads up. So, I mean, there are a few things that you guys don't know about me, and what my roots are and things. So, I saw my friend last week on Wednesday, because it was my day off from work off Wednesday, it's my day off today. On Wednesday, and we were speaking about Celtic deities, because he works with, well, I use the term work for worship, but he uses the word worship. And we were speaking about Celtic deities. Majority of the deities in his path are all Celtic, and he's also training to become a druid. And we were talking about Celtic deities, and then I told him about my Irish roots that go back to my great granddad and my great grandma on my nana's side, and on my granddad's side it's my great granddad and my great grandma. So on my granddad's side, I start with that one. So on my granddad's side, my great granddad and my great grandma were born in Ireland, in Dublin, and they came over to UK for work due to how bad the whole work environment was in Ireland back then. And they came over here for work, and then they ended up having my great granddad. And then on my nana's side of the family, her mum and dad, my great granddad and my great grandma, were from Ireland. They lived in Ireland, they worked in Ireland, and I don't know whereabouts in Ireland they're from, but I know that they lived and worked in Ireland. They were maids for an Irish family, and then they moved over to the UK in Leeds and had my nana and things. So I do have kind of a big kind of Irish trail, like strong Irish roots. And so I mentioned, this, and I recently, on the same day, that's when I found out about my nana, and and my great granddad and my great grandma were Irish, and they lived and worked in Ireland, then they came over here. They moved over here from Ireland, and so my nana's Irish, but she was born in the UK. My granddad's Irish, but he was born in the UK. My great granddad's Irish, but he was born in the UK. And so we began talking about Celtic deities, Irish deities, and I came up with the concept for my own, like, to do my own thing with it pretty much straight away, and I came up with my own path called Celtic Heart Polytheism, which is me basically kind of like doing my own thing, and this is my way of doing my own thing. Like I've said, I'm not a strict recon. It's not like through sources or anything. It's just strictly my own path that I built and made, and where I would feel most comfortable knowing that it's come from me, so I know what to expect with it. and so this is my way of kind of doing my own thing, basically. And so we spoke about it, and my friend really liked the idea of it because he also works with Celtic deities, and he was also really intrigued of me building my own path with it. He's not a strict recon either. He's very open, he's my friend, so I can turn to him about a lot of things. And so we spoke about it, and I said, right. So I went home and I did a lot of research. I did some research on Celtic deities. I was watching Celtic mythology and reading up about deities, and I ended up being drawn to Anya and Clina, and when I was reading through, when I began to feel drawn to them, I was reading through that there were a lot more than like love deities, and they became like representing more of a universal thing to me. And so I decided to do soft polytheism between them both. It's like syncretism, but soft polytheism is just for my own personal benefit. And I think some may also refer it to soft polytheism when it comes to their paths as well. I'm not quite sure. And then on Discord, I spoke to a really good friend of mine. He's one of like my bestest friends, Pit the Pagan. And he introduced me to a deity called Anginus. I don't know whether I'm saying his name right, I do apologise. Anginus. It was like the love deity in Celtic religion. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, he's a lot more than a love deity to me. He also represented the sun to me. He represented quite a lot of things. So he was also planning out to be kind of a universal thing. And I'm a Libra, so I do tend to see deities as quite universal. Because Anya, Clinara and Anginus, they do feel quite universal to me. And I do soft polytheism with them, also with Greek deities that I work with. So it kind of links together. And I know that the ancient island people, they did go to Greece and gathered kind of a connection, but then they came back to Ireland. And I did actually watch a documentary on ancient Ireland before the Celts came. I think the Celts are American ancestry, and so the Celts came. Obviously, I gathered an interest because obviously I am Irish. I do have Irish roots in me, and so I watched the documentary and I was really, really fascinated by it, really interested. Ireland was never the same after when the Celts came. They kind of took the magic away from Ireland. It felt like to me, excuse me, sorry, because it was a beautiful magical place before the Celtics came and changed it all forever, because I know we ended up being Celtic Britain. I know that the Irish deities get referred to as Celtic deities, because Celtic nowadays is, Irish, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, that's all Celtic. So now I'm kind of really digging into kind of my Irish roots. I know that the Irish deities that I work with have been connecting me to my Irish roots. So I started this path that I'm on now on Wednesday of last week. And I've got other paths like Greco-Rose polytheism, which is another path of mine, a Kemetic Lotus polytheism, which is another path of mine, and obviously Titanic paganism, which is on another video, which is another path of mine. I'm not a strict recon, and this is, nothing's kind of in sources with all of this, so, it's my way of doing my own thing. and just like kind of building, you know, these paths up for myself. I do involve past life in it, you know, and obviously the afterlife. I do involve them, and them involved. I do have them involved in it. But I really do enjoy and prefer doing my own thing, and this is the way that I know how to do my own thing. It's how I know to do it. If you do hear anything in the background, it's TV, because I do have nature sounds playing in the background, so I have turned the volume right down if you do hear it in the background. So Celtic heart polytheism basically means the heart of Ireland. And it's a dedication to my Titanic path, Titanic paganism, because that also connects me to my Irish roots of it being, you know, Titanic being built in Belfast, and, you know, built by the Irish, you know, you're like the jewel of Ireland. So, and I am travelling to Belfast and to see like the Titanic Museum and stay in the Titanic hotels. I will be travelling to Belfast again for the more connection to my roots. Even though on my granddad's side, they're from Dublin in Ireland, so, but I will be travelling to Belfast, which is part of the United Kingdom, so I don't have to worry about changing money for euros and things. I still use British pounds. So, and Celtic heart polytheism is just basically me doing my own thing, my own path. And this is just my way of doing it, and my way of doing it. I have been doing quite a bit of research into their mythologies. I am planning on ordering a book on ancient Ireland before the Celts, and, you know, I am naturally taken to it, but that would be also because of my Irish roots. Or maybe because I'm just naturally interested, you know, which would probably have nothing to do with my Irish roots, but it's kind of, my Irish roots stems back, you know, to kind of, I don't know, to ancient times, you know. But yeah, that's basically what's also happening at the moment. So quite a number of different things are happening. I did my very first messages last night. I do have these beautiful decks by Rebecca Campbell, like Work Your Light, Rose Oracle, Healing Water, Stargazing decks. I just love them. And I did do my very first messages from them. It's quite a bit of coincidence, because when I got to Clonard, I used Healing Waters because I thought that would be perfect to use for Anya Clonard. And one of the cards mentioned to pray to Anya Clonard in there. And so, and I haven't done that yet. I haven't prayed to any of them yet. So it was quite interesting, like she was asking me, you know, to pray to her, like to talk to her. So, you know, I just knew that deck would be perfect, you know, for messages from her. And then her own card came up, and, you know, and a message from her saying, you know, to pray to her, to talk to her, sort of thing. So I thought that was quite interesting. And the Rose Oracle, I used messages to get from Agnes, and the Work Your Light I used again for Anya Clonard. So them two are the only ones, because obviously Anya and Clonard are the same ones to me. And which I do solar polytheism with her, with Aphrodite. And Agnes I do solar polytheism with Eros. So I kind of, you know, do. So yeah, that's basically everything that I've done so far. Do excuse the hair, like I said. You know, I have to go up at like 7 o'clock in the morning to get us both ready, you know, for school runs. Luckily, I can go back to sleep this afternoon because I'm not at work today. I've got the day off. So, but I'll be back to work tomorrow. So that's basically a bit about my Celtic heart polytheism path. So if you do like this video, please give it a like, and if you'd like to hear more from me in the future, do subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!